I just always feel out of place with my family. I just feel like an alien, like I'm not part of them.
You try to be good to her, and she crawls in a corner.
I just feel like a walking disappointment to my parents and stuff.
A crisis can occur at any time in every family. Sometimes an outsider is needed who offers objectivity and direction through counseling. This television program recreates counseling sessions with actors portraying family members. They are guided by a licensed social worker as the crisis counselor, Thom Thompson.
When someone tells you that they are shy, you probably just nod and smile, but being shy can be as disturbing to one's life as more serious-sounding fears or conditions. Research tells us that over 4 million Americans suffer from this behavior trait. You're about to meet a teenage girl named Linda Turner. Her mother arranged a counseling session with me, telling me that Linda's shyness has set her apart from the family drastically, and that Linda's own reaction to her shyness caused her to run away from home.
I asked to come here, I guess, because I feel I have...
Actually, she insisted on coming here. She's been talking about this for almost a week. The problem has culminated in the fact that she ran away a week ago. And ever since she came back, this is all she can talk about, is if somehow you can resolve something or other.
I think that kids this age, there are a lot of pressures, and they're learning. They're learning what life is about, and each of these beautiful young ladies is growing and learning about life as best as she can. And it's just that they're different personalities, and Blythe is very, very outgoing, and Linda isn't.
It's really not that big of a problem, you understand. It's nothing that every child doesn't go through, and it's nothing that she won't grow out of.
Not that big a problem as you see it.
Oh, of course.
But it must be a big enough problem. Is your coming here and running away and coming back home, are all those connected in some way? That sounds like a dumb question. I sense that they must be connected, but how?
Honey, don't be afraid. Just
Look, running away is also something that every child does at one time or another. That's, I mean, we were petrified, of course. We're very concerned parents. We love her very much, but I don't understand the need, the cause for her running away. But again, every child does it. It's not a major problem, and it's not something that we can't
I guess I agree
take care of
that
ourselves.
most children do a running away episode, but it's usually for 5 or 15 minutes. It's not usually for, did you tell me 2 days?
Well, she stayed with a friend. I mean, there was no problem at all.
You didn't know where she was?
Oh, we didn't know at the time, but she was with a friend. She was being taken care of. There was no danger or anything like that.
How long ago was that runaway?
It's been about a week, and in the ensuing week, she has been demanding this meeting. I was really quite surprised, because she's not usually one to make major decisions.
We've
She's
known
been very
for...
insistent about this, and so we agreed, particularly once I heard that the entire family had to come in on this.
Well, I don't want to make it so much had to, but I like to start out working with an entire family, because I know that the problem that one person is experiencing has something to do with the way they feel about themselves, the way they think other people see them, and maybe particularly here. You described your daughter as shy when you called over the phone, and I want to ask Linda, do you hear that often, or do you look at yourself in that way? How do you see yourself?
She is a little bit shy, but that's just being...
Honey,
she is a sensitive,
please,
warm, loving child. There is nothing unique about that. Every child goes through a period of shyness. It's actually quite appealing, a certain...
I think Mr. Thompson has a question that he would like to have Linda answer directly.
Well, it is true, and I don't want to be stepping on your feet at all, but I have been trying 2 or 3 times to hear something out of Linda, and I've noticed that the parents answer.
Well, we're very concerned about the problem. That's why we're here.
I can understand that, but I'm needing to find out, why are we here, in your opinion, Linda? What are you needing?
I feel that I'm shy and that it holds me back in a lot of things, and that it's just not helping me any. And it's not their fault. It's me.
Of course not.
I just.
I'm not sure it's anybody's fault if somebody feels shy.
See, I've been away at school, and I've been real homesick, and I just haven't been feeling good. And being away at school, kind of, without my family, I guess, maybe did it. I don't know.
She was actually sent away to the other school in the firm belief that being with other girls her own age and being in a very select, very, very good private school, she could get a little bit of extra attention and, you know, wouldn't feel like she was lost in a crowd or something like that. I think the school was probably very good for her.
Did you get any feedback as parents about how the school felt about Linda?
Well, in everything that Linda would say to us, she seemed to be very happy there. There seemed to be no problem with the other students there.
The grades are not quite what we would expect from her. I am confident she can do a lot better in her school. She should be bringing home much better grades than she... I am confident that she's able to bring home much better grades than she is.
What?
She also doesn't tell us too much about her social life when she's away, but she's been, you know, kind of quiet in that regard too. She just doesn't have that many close friends, but everyone.
That's
I was
again
going to
part
say
of
like
growing
her,
up.
they love her. Linda is a marvelous, marvelous human being, apart from being a very pretty young lady. And she has many, many friends, but she just...
Do you know, Mr. Turner, I don't usually break in on people, but allow me to do it. I hear what you're saying, and I have to believe that you know a lot about your daughter. But I'm looking over at you, and you are in pain right now. What is going on? We're talking around... I've begun to feel we're talking around what is happening.
Why don't you just send me back to school? Just send me away like you did before. Just get rid of me. Just send me back to school, okay? They're certainly very nice to me. I mean, they don't treat me bad. It's not their fault that they don't listen. They don't understand, I guess.
I'm not sure I got enough of an answer out of you. You sort of walked around that one, didn't you? Do they hear what you are trying to say? Wait, can we get permission from you to hear whatever truths Linda needs to bring out?
Well, of course. Linda's known that she can say anything that she wants to us anytime. We have, I guess with my work, not as much time as I would like to be able to spend with the girls, but we've had wonderful, wonderful times. We've had some marvelous vacations, and I think, have been able to communicate very, very well. So that door's been open.
We've always had good communication. I mean, that's my business. I'm a drama teacher. I teach at the same school that she attends and that she will be attending. See, now that would help. When she comes back to school, I mean, it's my plan that she will get involved with some of the plays and
Has there been a period of time
work
between when she came home and when she's going to start attending the high school back at home?
Yes, yes. We're going to put her at the end of the, when she goes back into school, at the end of the summer, she's going to be going back to school with us.
Same school I'm attending. I'm a senior. She's
Yeah.
going to be coming into school.
So she'll be coming to school with me, and I in a position to see to it that she gets to do some plays. And I'm sure that's going to resolve 90% of this problem.
It's,
Get a chance to do a little performing
yeah.
and get on stage
Well,
and feel good about herself. And it's very
I'll be there.
therapeutic.
that I think is going to probably have to take a few steps at a time, because Linda hasn't really felt comfortable being that much in front of people.
Linda would love to
And
do a play. It would be
I,
great.
I think that maybe Linda ought to have a little input into that, honey.
Don't you want to do a
Wonderful,
play?
Dad. It'd be great.
No.
You know, I felt so sure that that's what I would hear from Linda. I don't know how to express what I'm feeling to you right now. I want to reach out to you as parents because I have 4 children, and each of them have different personalities. I think they're different levels of being shy and expressive. As you've told me, like, if you have several children, you're going to get those different levels, those different ways of expression, but I'm just responding strongly, just almost physically, to the fact that you're
Why?
presenting to me, and if I'm wrong, tell me this, that you are in not just a sad situation, but you are feeling pressure. Tell me if I'm wrong about that.
No, I guess I just have a real low self-image of myself. I mean, Blythe's real popular, and I just always feel out of place with my family. I just feel like an alien, like I'm not part of them.
Let us help.
How long have you felt that way? A long time or a more short time?
Practically all my life, my childhood. They don't mean to do it, they just...
Doctor, I really don't understand this. I think it's...
And I must admit I don't either.
It gets her a lot of
We have to
attention.
struggle together.
Let me say that I know from the past experience how much doing something in school, such as the work that my wife does with drama, how much that can help bring someone out. And I would love to see Linda do something like this, but at the same time, as a matter of fact, that's how my wife and I met when we were in school. We were in a play together, and we had a wonderful time. The thing is that I don't think that Linda has to feel that she has to be in something like this. I don't think that she should feel pressured. I've talked to my wife about this. We've
Look,
even
that's
talked...
not the point. If she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to, okay?
That's
I thought
right.
it would be very
Would
good
you
for her. That's the only
quit
reason.
fighting over me? Would you stop it, please?
Honey, we're not...
Wait, that's the first time I've heard you speak up, Linda, and it's good to me to hear that. I could barely hear you a while ago, and you spoke up on that one. Why?
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I'm happy about what you did.
They always fight over me. They're always arguing about what I should do. And I don't know, am I wrong?
You know, a counselor is often walking almost a tightrope of trying to bring things out that need to get said, and yet not to have somebody start feeling bad heat or pressure about those things. And sometimes that's almost impossible. For example, now I want to ask you as parents, I know you heard what I heard. Don't fight over me the way you always do.
We don't really fight over her.
We don't fight. This is
We
an
discuss.
intelligent family. It's not some knockdown brawls or
Now, I
something
didn't
like
mean that, of
We-
course, but
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Blythe, let's take a little heat off of everybody. Tell me a little bit about how you see your sister.
She's a total opposite. I mean, I try to help her. I bring home my friends. I introduce her to them. I help her with her clothes and her homework. And I really try, but I get the feeling that
You reach out to her to relate?
I try, but I feel like she doesn't understand me, I guess, because I don't really understand her.
I think I want to know, how do you see the relationship between you and Blythe?
all my life, I feel like I've been the biggest disappointment to everyone. Like, she saw it going, and anything I do, it's just not good enough. I'm average in looks, I'm average in my brain.
Linda.
I just feel like I'm a big disappointment to my parents, and I don't want to be.
That's not true. We have never done or said anything to make her feel that way. That is not true.
There are a lot of reasons why people crawl into corners, Phyllis.
She's a very sensitive girl.
I'm not sure
There's
what that
nothing wrong
meant.
with that.
About crawling into corners?
Well, I don't think it's anything, Mr. Thompson.
If she doesn't want to do plays, she doesn't have to do plays. That'll take care of things fine.
I have a
She can
feeling
decide for herself what she wants to do.
that that's not the only issue. What I really want to know now is, who made that decision really for you to come home? You said you were homesick, but was it homesick and you wanted to come home, or homesick and you didn't want to come home, or?
I wanted to come home. It's just ever since I was real little, I just always felt, and it's not my mom's fault, it's just, see, when I was younger, I found out that she was having an affair, and I just feel like she's always begrudged me that. Like, she doesn't, now that she doesn't love me, it's just, ever since then, she just...
I really don't think this has anything to do with anything that's going on here today. We're not here to discuss my life. We are here to discuss her problems.
Of course that's difficult to bring that out, but do you know what has to happen today, as painful as it might be?
This is true.
We have to find out what's going on with Linda, because this is a young lady that's coming across to me as feeling a lot of pain and needing to bring some things
That has
out.
nothing to do with what happened earlier. That is over, it's done. Jerry and I have discussed the problem. We're already aware of it. We have worked it out. Our marriage is stronger than ever.
And that well may be so, and let's just accept that, but let's find out what Linda feels about it, uncomfortable as it may be. If she brought it up, it must have been for a reason.
That's not what we're here to discuss.
Isn't that why you sent me away to school?
No, that's not why I sent you away to school.
When
I sent you to a very good school where you could get extra attention, where you could be with a lot of girls your own age.
And where you could try to turn, and where you could try to turn Linda in something that you wanted to have her made into.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Well,
Look,
I kind of thought that was English.
If she needs a little extra attention, she will get it at a good private school.
She's
with kids her own age, she gets special attention, there are fewer students per classroom, it's good for her.
She also had an awful lot of friends here, if you will remember.
Let's find out from Linda. That's the only way we're going to know. What was it like going away to school? Or another question, while you're thinking about that one, what kind of message do you think you heard from your mother and father about why you went away to school?
My mom, I think, just, like, I was a constant reminder to her, and when I found out the affair had started again, that she couldn't stand being around me, and she convinced my
Mother.
I'm sorry.
Is this true?
Did that have something to do with running away?
I just cause a lot of problems. And
Wait a minute. I'm very well aware of what you said a while ago, that whether you had a relationship with somebody else and whether she knew about that is not really the subject of today. Please believe I know that, and I understand that. But her feelings about that and her ability to speak to you about what's going on with her is the subject here today. And believe it or not, we may be experiencing pain and discomfort and almost, you said, confusion. Tell me what's going on here. I feel the same way. But
I never knew anything.
We've got to search this out, and maybe I'm going to need to wind up talking to you, Linda, alone, and I want to give you that opportunity, but are you beginning to see that Linda's carrying around some burdens and some feelings that need to get examined?
Yeah, that's a little bit of news there for me.
Look, she's back home now. Everything's as it was before. Everything will work itself out.
But I doubt if Linda's feelings are just going to be quickly taken care of. She said, I feel like an alien in this family. That's very strong. We need to know from her, but I need to have some sense of awareness from all of you. Is how could she start feeling that way? I know she has to take responsibility for those feelings, but how could she get in that position? Sometimes it's difficult to determine when shyness is a personal choice of a way to relate to the world, and when it is a painful experience of a child or adult who would like to relate better to the world, but cannot. There is no easy solution for changing a shy person's outlook on the world, but I think it involves at least two things. First, helping the shy person to develop a new and more objective view of themselves in more positive terms. And second, to find out what family factors are involved. And by family factors, I mean the ways the family unknowingly supports and encourages the shy behavior patterns. There is one bit of good news. Shyness may be partly the expression of an individual's personality, but even so, it's expressed in terms of a behavior pattern. This pattern, when examined and understood by the shy person and those around him or her, can be changed. The Turner family members are loading Linda down with expectations and prescriptions that may actually reinforce the shy behavior pattern. If there's a shy person in your family, talk more with them about their views, about what they want, and find ways, without pushing, to allow and encourage personal expression at their chosen rate. This is the way, I think, to have health and growth and love in your family and in mine. I'm Thom Thompson.